What's going on? My name is Omari the Rebel, and I represent Nzuri Kabila, the Black-owned lifestyle collective. We provide culture, commentary, and of course, comedy. And I'm also one half of our new show, Tribe Chat, opposite of my star, Big Pink Pegasus. So what I'm going to do on this is our inaugural episode. I thought I would take the time to introduce myself to this new crowd and also walk you guys through how exactly I got here. And since we are making a little bit of an adjustment, I got my brother Mark from Swing Culture, a friend of mine who's a veteran in the lifestyle, specifically the black lifestyle, because we blackity black here and shit. So Mark, how you feeling, brother?
I'm doing well, good brother. I just realized on the screen I have my wife name up there. I'm changing that shit real quick. Motherfuckers like, yo, your name is Queen Nadine, dog?
It's okay. It's 2021, man.
Yeah, I know, man, but I ain't rolling like that, though.
I feel you. I hear that. Hey, you never know. But listen, check this out. What I wanted to do is this. I wanted to get into introducing who we are as a brand, introducing who we are as people. So my name is Omari the Rebel. I go by the Rebels because one thing that's important to me is to stand up to the status quo, speaking truth to power. So Nzuri Kabila is actually Swahili. Just like Omari is Swahili. It means beautiful tribe, all right? So what I want to do is, before I actually get into how I got into Nzuri Kabila and how we started, I wanted to start off with some news. Since we were talking about Swahili, you're familiar with the term Habari Gani. It was on Nas's shit. The Habari Gani. All right. Habari Gani is the literal translation in Swahili to what's the news. So in the beginning, what I want to do is provide you with some news as far as what's going on right about now in sex, relationships, and anything that may be adjacent to the alternative lifestyle. So let's start with, now the bad news is, all right, I'm from New York. Mark, where you from again?
I'm from New York. Why is that bad news, though, bro? New York in the building.
Well, because, nah, for real. I knew it had to be that, man, because you're a Giants fan. But listen, let me get into the bad news. Now, the bad news is Andrew Mark Cuomo, the Italian-American politician, author, and lawyer, serving as my 56th governor of New York State. Well, according to CBS News, Charlotte Bennett, the health policy advisor in the Democratic governor's administration until November, told the New York Times, it just sounds like a game of telephone. CBS, they told New York Times and they told us. Nah, but they told the New York Times that Cuomo asked her inappropriate questions about her sex life, including whether she had sex with older men. I just like, yo, I feel bad for her already if there's any truth to that, man. Could you imagine that? Like, yo, what the fuck? Like, yo, Andrew Cuomo wants you to lick his old ass balls and shit. Like, it's like pouring a damn bowl of oatmeal into a bag and shit at this point. Yo. Also, there's another one. Another former aide, Lindsey Bolin, former deputy secretary for economic development and special advisor to the governor, recently accused Cuomo of subjecting her to an unwanted kiss and inappropriate comments. Cuomo actually denied the allegations. You see, he says, "I never made advances towards Miss Bennett, nor did I ever intend to enact this way inappropriate." Cuomo's statement said, "The last thing that I would ever wanted was to make her feel any of these things that are being reported."
Yo, that sound familiar to you, bro? That sounds like I never had sexual relations with that woman. That sound familiar to you? Allegedly, right?
Yes, man. There's a lot going on. I don't know what it is with the power vacuum. Like I said, I'm Omari the Rebel, speaking truth to power. One thing that I wanted to bring this up for is because how it ended up with the unwanted kiss. You know, Mark, in the swinger lifestyle, one thing that we stress is consent culture.
Facts.
And I just wanted to weigh in a little bit that consent just doesn't fall short of just saying, hey, I can fuck you. You know what I mean? Consent culture is a real broad spectrum of how we interact with human beings. So it is consent in touching somebody, consent in how close you are. You know what I'm saying? And This is why I am Omari the Rebel, because leaders is doing some fuck shit. Why do it have to be our governor, man?
Well, it's allegedly. I don't know, man.
Yeah, allegedly.
You know, allegedly.
Allegedly.
My personal opinion, bro, like, I'm not surprised with none of these dudes. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's people in position of power. They got a whole society of fuck shit going on with them. You know, that's just my personal opinion based on these stories that come out periodically. Remember Marv Albert a few years ago, you know, our ex-president grabbed him by the pussy. A former president, Bill Clinton, I had no sexual relations. Like, this ain't nothing new, man. Since the beginning of time, you were having situations like that. These guys leverage their power, allegedly, to make sexual advances. And since this whole Me Too movement been popping off, a lot of stories been coming up, man.
Yes, man, for real. Shout out to Tiana Burke, because the Me Too movement, it was started by a black woman. Yes, this is Black History Month. In the last final day of Black History Month, I'm wearing my Black Lives Matter shirt to let y'all know that Black lives still matter, goddammit. Okay, speaking of which, on the brighter side, listen, I'm also a member of this organization. You see, I have a background and not just the alternative lifestyle and adult film a little bit, right? So I got with an organization called BIPOC AIC. That stands for Black Indigenous People of Color Adult Industry Collective, right? So now, tonight, what they're doing is they're having an erotic film festival. It's all virtual, all right? So what they called this is the Black Indigenous People of Color Adult Industry Collective, Black, Brown, and Blue, an erotic film festival. The virtual film festival aims to center and elevate artistic visions, experiences, and voices of people of color and their relationships with eroticism, sexuality, featuring all identifying people of color around the world to submit content regardless of the filmmaker's geographical location, native language, culture, gender identity, sexuality, age, body type, ability, or neurodiversity. And of course, their mission statement when you go on the website is supporting the diverse community of BIPOC adult performers and sex workers within the adult industry through mutual aid and advocacy with dignity and respect. Actually, it was started by adult film performer. Are you familiar with Cinnamon Love? She lives right out here in Brooklyn.
No, I'm not familiar with the sister.
Oh, Cinnamon Love is actually, she's been in the game for a while. She was on Tyra Banks show and all of that. A couple of other members, you should check out a woman named Raquel Savage. Really influential. She's actually one of the reasons why I like, yo, don't call me king. And of course, Jet Set Jasmine and Jersey's own adult film performer, rapper, and fetish trainer, King Noah, are all members of BIPOC AIC. Yo, so when it comes to inclusivity, and it comes to being inclusive.
Yeah, I got the point though, bro.
Yeah, Mark, what do you have to add as far as like in an alternative space, in a sexual space, whether we're talking an alternative lifestyle or the adult film industry and sex work? Where do you feel like we stand as far as people of color and representation?
Bro, that's let me say that's a dope question first and foremost. I feel that we're underrepresented in every faction of the media. I mean, every faction. Unless, of course, you're in an African nation, a nation, you know, people from African descent, places like the Caribbean or in African countries. Everywhere else, it's funny, bro, because my mother is from the islands and she used to send me on vacation. She can get her party on and shit doing something, you know, to get rid of the kids, send them to the grandparents.
Hell yeah.
And then that's all I saw on TV was my people. And then I would come back from vacation. And I remember one year very vividly, I asked my mom, I said, Mom, why isn't there a lot of people that look like me on TV? You know? And I believe it's to control the narrative. That's the first thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't see yourself, you don't strive to be better. Because I can't relate to someone that's not of my ethnic background. I can't relate to them as far as, okay, this person came from where I came from, and now they're, say, maybe a movie star or director, or they're in certain sitcoms and things of that nature. So it's important for us to see ourselves, and I feel we're very underrepresented. And as a matter of fact, it's part of the reason why we're launching our network, the Swing Culture TV network as well too, because we're not represented, and I know that we, first and foremost, as people of African descent, brought culture, civilization, art, architecture, fashion, everything. We were the first ones to bring all this to the forefront, and you don't see us.
The original man, brother. Of course, man. For real. Yeah. Talk that shit. It's February, Mark. Exactly, man. For real. You was talking about sitcoms and shit like this. For real. I was just thinking, yo, representation and diversity, it's like when it comes to the sexual space, we're fucking behind. Yo, the adult film industry is the last place where you can get away. It's the last industry. You can get away with paying somebody black less fucking money. Yo, fuck y'all. Listen, I went to, and in the alternative lifestyle community, there's a whole bunch of shit. Like, you familiar with a site called FetLife?
Absolutely.
Yo, I scroll through FetLife so many times. I'm scrolling and shit. And listen, everybody has their kinks. But it's just something weird for me as a black man scrolling through. I'm sorry, no black men, just not our preference. No black men, just not our preference. Sorry, just not my thing. No BBC. Like, what the fuck? Like, ew. And if you're familiar with this venue, it's called Bowery Bliss. You ever heard of that shit?
Yeah, they're out of business now. They shut down. I'm very familiar with them.
Hell yeah. Yo, that shit is what? Yo, that shit, like, yo, you get there, I felt like I was in a motherfucking episode of Seinfeld, yo. Shit is like a hockey game. Yo, Mark, that shit's so white, as soon as you get there, your credit score went up.
Well, ironically, I know the people who own Bowery Bliss. I know them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've been there once. R.I.P. to Jack. He was one of the owners. He passed away recently due to the pandemic. And I've been there once, and a good friend of mine's worked there for many, many, many years. And I just so happened to go there, I think maybe 3 weeks before they actually closed down. So they're no longer in business, to be honest with you. Once Jack passed away, then there was a shutdown for that. But I get the point that you're making. I'm not really on FetLife like that. I know a lot of people that are on FetLife. Ironically, in the swingers lifestyle, black men, and I hate to always refer to this as black, you understand? But men of African descent are more desired, by our Caucasian counterparts. Of course, the whole BBC, thing.
The world is on a black man's dick, goddammit.
Yeah, so yo, bro, listen. In every faction of any industry, there's some sort of bias or racism, bro.
All right.
Like, look at the NFL. Like, it was 70% of black players, right? How many owners? How many black coaches? So the disparity has always been there. You dig me? So when it comes to entertainment, when it comes to culture, when it comes to sports, they'll put the selective few at the forefront, but when it comes to ownership, it's a whole different story, bro.
Yes, man, for real. And listen, we have so much to contribute to society, and we're tired of just entertaining your colonizer asses all day. But look, moving forward, since we are talking about entertainment, that brings me to my final segment of Habari Ghani, right? Now, this is Boosie Badass versus Michael B. Jordan and Lori Harvey. Lori B. Harvey, now, if you're not familiar with Lori B. Harvey, you see, she's actually the stepdaughter of the famous Steve Harvey, who ironically is famous for writing books about telling you how to fuck the date. Anyway, Lori Harvey was romantically linked to a few famous people: Trey Songz, Future, Akon's brother, Boo, Diddy, and Diddy's son. I gotta have to do a whole nother Habari Ghani segment on that shit. Like, how the fuck that happened?
The father and son special?
Yes, like, how the fuck that happened? And of course, currently right about now, New Jersey's own Michael B. Jordan. They're currently in a relationship. You see, Michael B. Jordan, when they had Valentine's Day, Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan, they had a date. This rich Negro rented out an entire aquarium so that he can have dinner with her, right?
Yeah.
Now, Boosie Badass actually weighed in. Yo, I had to I had to mention this shit because I'm going somewhere with this. Now, Boosie Badass, you want to hear what Boosie said?
Yeah, I fucks with Boosie. I wonder what Boosie got to say, bro. Boosie gives 0 fucks.
I know my lady gonna end up leaving me on the 15th. Little Boosie decided to throw his own opinions into the ring. And they were not well received by most people. People chastised him for calling his names, talking about her body count. And he had a lot more to say. And he says, I think we need to stop giving these women power in these situations like this. Girls keep saying it's goals, but it's not goals. Now, he didn't stop either. We got to stop giving these... No, he says, we got to start giving these bachelors, the men who are running through a beautiful woman like this, credit. Running through a beautiful woman like this, credit. I'm not finished. Who not housing her, running through her. The last time I went to Diddy's house, him and Boo was together. They dogs. I know Laura is a beautiful woman, but we got to stop giving the glory to these women. And he didn't stop there either. What about the bachelors? She's not tied to none of them. What about the futures? The Trey Songs. What are they really bending through these hoes? We got to start giving them the credit instead of Laura. Wow. Let me let you start, Mark.
Yo, like I said, Boosie don't give a fuck, man. But here's what I got to say, though, bro. On some serious shit, right? If that young lady want to go through her sexual exploits in the celebrity world, it's her pussy. It's her motherfucking business. You dig what I'm saying? She's not married. She's not. Is she married?
No.
Does she has any obligations to anyone? Is there any infidelity involved?
Nah.
She's young. She's single. She's living her life, and because of who she is and who she's dating, it's more publicized. Because if it was Diddy's son running through a bunch of motherfucking bitches like that, famous bitches, nobody wouldn't be calling him out his name or worried about his fucking body count. And you know, it's funny that we having this conversation during Black History Month, because at the end of the day, our women are oppressed by the mentality, with that same mentality Boosie just had. That's an oppressive mentality. It's her choice. That's my personal opinion. It's her body. It's her choice. If she want to fuck 100 niggas in one night, that's her fucking business. If she want to fuck no niggas in one night, that's her business. Period. And that was part of what women really put it down for women liberation, to be able to have their sexual exploit and be sexually free without the judgment. And that's what that shit is. It's judgment.
Yo, all right. First thing that I would say is, Lori Harvey, if you're listening next time, you should give your number to Mike Tyson and shit. Because I don't think Boosie would have had that opinion. Anyway, moving forward, yo, there's a lot to unpack. All right. My problem with this is this. You see, part of why I want to contribute to the culture right here in this platform and alternative lifestyle is so that people know that they have alternatives to how they can live their life. You can love how you want to love, and you can have sex how you want to have sex. The only standard that I put on things is it has to be safe and it has to be consensual. So if you're doing things safely and consensually, there shouldn't be any problem. Yo, I don't even agree. First of all, I got a problem with the fact that shit like this is still a thing in 2021. I got a problem with the fact there's this idea that a woman's value is married to her chastity, which is about owning the woman. You know what I mean? And your value going down with more partners. Yo, what the fuck? Like, listen. If we really, this is Black History Month. When it comes to the problem with misogyny, patriarchy, and sexism, we have to address this because we are in the spirit of trying to make sure that we're emancipated, right? And Lori Harvey is a Black woman. She is living her life and she's single. This type of mentality is an oppressive mentality. That's oppressive to all women, but specifically Black women. We need to say something about it. I'm mad that this happens, but I'm mad that Black men aren't saying more about that shit because, look, we're not going to be free until we're all free. So I'm not trying to get freedom just so I can control her.
Facts.
Do you think that, Boosie was checking for her? Like, he was kind of disappointed?
I don't know if he was checking for her, but I think, bro, the mentality got to change, man.
Mm-hmm.
Feel me? The mentality got to change. It's a double. I understand there's double standards for men as well too. It's a double standard, but at the end of the day, you know, we got to uplift our sisters.
Mm-hmm.
If she, again, I don't want to sound repetitive. If she choose to go ahead and exercise her sexual exploit, she owes no obligation to anybody. You see Steve say anything? Steve is her daddy, right?
He minding his damn business, man, for real.
Exactly,
he ain't got shit to
say. Exactly. So at the end of the day, if that was somebody's son, oh yeah, my son knocking him down. Even this celebrity, that celebrity. But because she's a woman, all of a sudden we cast in judgment on her sister.
Yo, even my bro T.I. let me down with that bullshit. Remember when he was like, hey, spending time with your kids is like, when you got a daughter, that's like thought prevention. Like, what the fuck you talking about? And then when you talk about shit like this, he also has sons. Look, when we do shit like that, we need to think. We're creating the type of, when you raise your sons to treat women like objects to conquer, you are creating the fucking problem that you need to protect your daughters from. If we take a little bit of initiative and all try to make sure that our sons, brothers, and cousins, all of the men in our life that are behind us that we have influence over, if they could look at women as people and not conquest, then we won't have to worry about shit. Because I got 2 children and they're both girls.
Yeah. I have 2 daughters myself. I have 2 daughters and I have 3 sons. And I expect the same thing from my daughters that I expect from my son.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't pamper my daughters, you know, and I treat them how they supposed to be treated by men. I hold the doors for them. I buy them flowers. You know, I have conversation with them. A lot of times what happens is that us as men are failing our daughters because we're not teaching our daughters how to choose the proper mate. And that's part of the issue.
That's how you act. She learns how a man's supposed to act by watching you.
You got to teach your children, not only our daughters, your children, how to choose a proper mate. My daughter, one of my eldest daughter is going to be 18 in September. My daughter goes off to college and she decides she wants to be promiscuous. I'm going to tell my daughter to protect herself, to protect yourself. Protect yourself on several fronts. Protect yourself as far as don't have yourself in a compromising position where you could be taken advantage of. Protect yourself while doing intercourse so you don't contract any STDs or any unwanted pregnancies. And then also protect your reputation. Protect your reputation because it's important. Your reputation it's in 48 laws, man. You guard your reputation with your life.
One more thing. Tell her to protect that bag too, man. Make sure she's getting paid what the fuck she's supposed to be. Because, you know, they even get paid, black women, less than us. For real. Make sure she's getting compensated, man. Slavery is over a long time ago. It was supposed to be. Anyway.
My daughter's, fortunately for me, my daughter's a chip off the old block. She's an entrepreneur. My daughter started her own business when she was 15. She's still running her business. Mm-hmm. Her business does well. And I think that's something that, I'm glad you touched on that too, that most of our people, we need to start really thinking about creating our own lane. Because I'm not going to sit back and wait for another motherfucker to pay me.
Mark, that,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry. Actually, it just occurred to me. Mark, we hadn't got the opportunity to introduce who the fuck I'm talking to. So your name is Mark, and tell us a little bit about what you do and your background.
All right, guys. I'm Mark King. I'm an entrepreneur,
right?
Business owner.
Right.
I wear many hats. Editor. I also create content. But my wife and I started a business called Swing Culture years ago.
Shout out to Queen Nadine.
Yeah, my wife, Queen Nadine. Shout out to the Queen. And we started the business actually to start educating our people about the alternative lifestyle. It morphed and it grew, of course. At this point now, we're in the process of launching an alternative lifestyle network where we will have, like the good brother mentioned earlier, representation of ourselves on this network. So for those of you who are not familiar with the alternative lifestyle, it covers anything from the swing lifestyle to the nude lifestyle, BDSM and kink, quote unquote, I hate to use this reference, but you know, your 50 Shades of Grey, or like the Kinksters like to call it 50 Shades of Bullshit. The LGBTQ community as well too. Mm-hmm. So it's just the network basically is giving you an inside, I would say, a backstage pass to what the culture is about, how to become involved in the culture and the rules and regulations that actually govern the culture.
Yeah, I'm about to hopefully get involved with that network, man. So what else you got coming up, Mark? Anything local?
Well, we got a local joint popping up Saturday coming up, because from time to time we host, but I haven't really been big on hosting since the pandemic hit. It's been a lot more behind the scenes, working on the podcast, working on the working on my show as well too, and working on getting the network up and running. So if you're a content creator and you have something unique to bring to the table, holler at me. We're looking at documentaries, we're looking at comedy, podcast shows, things of that nature. So you can get a hold of me by visiting swingculturepodcast.com. Send me your email information, shoot me an email, or you can send me an email directly. info@swingculturepodcast.com. That's info@swingculturepodcast.com.
Yo, so let us know a little bit about, can we ask a little bit about your relationship? So how is your swinger dynamic with you and Nadine, Mark?
Well, I tell you what, the dynamic changes as we change.
Right.
Just like anything else in life. When we first started, there were certain rules that govern our relationship. And as we went upon our journey, and my wife and I have been swinging since 96. So as our journey, as we started to evolve as people, within our journey, our rules evolve. So it's at the point now where my wife can go in an all-girls trip, and she has. She went to Aruba for 7 days, all-girl trip. And I can go on my mancation, like I said. I'll go away and do me, or we'll play together, we'll play separate. It all depends on whatever opportunity presents itself and if we're interested. But it didn't always start that way. It started with the same room play, and it started with certain rules. But as we grew and evolved again, we were able, through gaining trust with each other, we were able to expand our dynamic, so to speak.
All right. Right now, you got a platform that's on Facebook Live on weekdays, right? On weeknights?
Yeah, man. Shout out to my brother Deuce Williams, man. Deuce Williams is good brother. He's in the kink lifestyle, and he hit me up one day and he said, I like what y'all doing, because we had the original Facebook group with about 14,000 members, but Facebook, they shut things down.
Hell yeah.
So we decided to restart it. And when we restarted it, Deuce had hit me up 2 weeks prior, and he was like, yo, listen, man, it's like a lot of deviant behavior going on, and we need to really get a grasp of that by starting to just vet a lot of the people that's coming in, and vet some of the actual veterans that's there. So I said, you know what? My wife has her podcast, the Queen Nadine podcast on Swing Culture Podcast. Let me just start talking to the people, within the constructs of the group. So I started talking to the people Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. I come on. It's called A Lifestyle with Mark King. Started hollering at them, and then we're just constantly expanding, because I didn't expect to get such a well reception from the audience. Should I say a good reception? So now it's if you're not in the group, you can go to
love Mark, man. What you mean?
Well, I kind of
swing culture gang, man, all day.
Yeah, my wife is more. This is the first time I've been more in the forefront, bro. My wife is usually the face of the business. I'm behind the scenes, but after speaking to Deuce, I thought that I need to start speaking to people and start giving them some information and having people on the show.
Maybe you can inspire my wife, man. Hey, babe, why don't you get the fuck over here? Oh.
See, look at that. Once she's ready, bro.
Yeah, but she takes care of everything for us, man. This is the producer here. So, Mark, could I ask you to give some advice or tips if there's 3 things that you probably think you would want to tell somebody that's coming into the lifestyle, or they don't know what the lifestyle is?
Okay, well, first and foremost, the lifestyle, guys, falls under a large umbrella, and I kind of touched on it earlier, right? It's a lifestyle. So it could be a nudist lifestyle. If you say to yourself, nudist and naturalist lifestyle. If you're a person that's into being free, like to be in the nude, it's not a sexual thing. That particular lifestyle is not a sexual lifestyle. It's about having a place where you can be free the way the creator intended it. I would do my research. There are plenty of sites out there. It's like anything else, man. If I want to learn carpentry, for instance, right? I would go to a carpentry school and become an apprentice.
Yeah.
And learn that way. I'm not going to jump into something because, excuse me, I hear it's a free for all, you know?
Of course.
And I just want to be there, you know, to reap just the benefits, you know, as far as my personal benefits. Now you have the swing lifestyle, you have the kink lifestyle. Of course, a lot of folks know about the LGBTQ lifestyle. There are a lot of different lifestyles that fall under this one umbrella. Mm-hmm. I myself am a swinger, been a swinger for umpteen years, and I enjoy swinging. I enjoy the camaraderie that comes along. A lot of people think a lot of times it's just about the fucking, but it's about the camaraderie, it's about the network, it's about building brands, it's about family as well too. So my advice to anyone looking to come in, first thing is do your research, see if this shit is for you. It's different when you come in. My second advice is when you come in as a single person versus a couple. Singles are not swingers.
Right there.
If you're single, you're not a swinger. All right. You're partaking in the swing lifestyle, but you are not a swinger. Swinging means partner swapping. So that means that you must have a significant other, not a ticket. A ticket means, you know, a homegirl you're bringing with you that you're not emotionally attached. So I'm talking about,
man, it's $100 and something dollars, nigga. I'm trying to save some money, bro.
Yeah. I'm talking about for those who want to be involved. I'm not talking about just coming to a party. Yeah. If you want to be part of it, right? It's different when you come in with somebody that you're emotionally invested with, whether it's your wife, your girlfriend, you have children, you have a family, you live together. It's a different journey versus someone who is single that comes into the situation and they don't have to deal with the emotions. They don't have to deal. They can get up and leave whenever they really get up and leave. So again, coming in as a couple, I would implore you to do your research. One word that we use all the time, we abuse the shit out this word: communication. Communication.
A friend of mine, her name is Taylor Sparks. She has an organization and a lifestyle where she sells products and also offers lifestyle, what does she call these? Lifestyle, like vacations. Well, what she said is communication is like lubrication. When you apply just enough of it, it's less friction. So, Mark, that actually brings me into my next point. Speaking of communication, listen, everybody who may be watching or listening right now, you're all familiar with social media, right? So, listen, you've all had this one time where you may have had somebody hit you up and they say, hey, you know anything about Bitcoin? Or you get that thing on Instagram, hey, listen, I can get you this many followers for just $20, this many for 50. Or my favorite one, hey, look, you should hit me up. Right now, you can turn $40 into $400 into $4,000. But it's not a scam. It's 100% legal.
Yeah, I know. It's not a scam, bro. It's not a scam.
Right? So, check this out. I have several profiles because we're very active on social media. This is how we stay connected. We even have a WhatsApp group. You guys should hit us up when it comes to that. But I had somebody hit me up on Facebook Messenger, right? I don't know what time. I can't remember what time. It was really early in the morning. So, this gentleman, I don't know where he's from, but he wanted to put me on about Bitcoin. You wanted to hear how this conversation went? So the gentleman, whom he shall remain anonymous because fuck your life. Anyway, he says, hello, with a waving emoji. How are you doing? So I'm a person in the lifestyle. Immediately, the first thing I thought was it's somebody in a group and he sees two people. And he was just probably thinking it's Pegasus. So what I did is I did something like, what's good? And I sent a voice message instead of typing back. And then he said, I'm doing great as well, thanks. Where are you from? So then I responded again, yo, I live in Brooklyn. So in case he missed it, you know exactly you're talking to
with the goon voice, the straight gorilla voice.
Yeah, you're talking to somebody who has a dick and two testicles. You know what I'm saying? It lines them straight like there's two balls that I got. Listen. So he continues. He goes, I'm from California, but I live in Texas. Actually, I'm a senior account manager in Bitcoin mining. Oh, I came up. He's not a regular. He's a senior account manager.
Senior, yeah.
Yes. Have you heard of Bitcoin mining before?
Oh, he running the script on you, huh? That's the whole script right there.
Yes. So I responded. I responded calmly with, "Can I fuck your wife?" Question mark.
Yo, what'd he say, yo?
He says, "Are you crazy or what, Mr. Man?" I said, "Well, period. No, period. That's what I meant to say do." And then I put in all caps, "Fuck each other's wives," followed by the purple demon emoji. And then I wrote again, "So are you in, Mr. Bitcoin?" And then I wrote again, "It's what we do, I mean." And then I wrote again, "What's wrong, Mr. Bitcoin?" Followed by a series of periods. "Are you too jealous to watch your wife's pussy get absolutely wrecked by my fat black dick, huh? Followed by a series of question marks.
Yeah.
And then he writes, "Mr. Man, are you out of your mind or what?" So I commented with a laughing emoji. And then I commented, "What's up? Why no reply, Mr. Bitcoin?" Followed by a series of must be like 20 question marks. And then, "I'm serious about trying to pound her little ass while you watch like a good little cuck. Hey, we are swingers, Mr. Bitcoin." I might have to put that shit on the shirt. Hey, we are swingers. So, are you honestly telling me that you have never jerked off while your wife gets fucked like a dirty slut by a random stranger, Mr. Bitcoin? And then I put periods. And then he goes, "Hello?" And then he responds, I think he meant, "Get the fuck off my DM, my man." And then I responded, "You came to my DM. I didn't ask you to hit me up, but I want to continue to talk about ravaging your wife's asshole." Yeah. And he put, "Okay, all right." So then I follow with, "So does she suck a good dick?" And then he responded, "Have you heard about Bitcoin mining before?" And then I responded, "Have you heard of Bukkake?" Like, imagine your wife gets down on her knees while a bunch of men jerk off on top of her face and shower her with semen. And she goes, "Like that, little cuck, huh? Watch me get degraded like the dirty little whore that I am." And I think he blocked me after that.
Yeah, protein shake for her face, man. Why'd he block you? You send me his information, I'm gonna hit him up.
Yeah, man, you want to get on with Bitcoin. But listen, we actually have my co-host joining us, and she wants to she wants to talk to you about a couple of things. Mainly, she wants to revisit some of her sexual escapades, because part of what we do in the lifestyle, amongst communicating with everybody, is we host events. Like on March 27th, y'all make sure y'all click the Eventbrite, because it's going down in New Jersey, Arch Madness. Like March Madness, but with the arch.
With the arch, yeah. I got the flyer. You sent the flyer to the group. I put it in there. I was like, I like that.
Yes,
dope.
We just did a commercial.
It's a dope pun on the word, man.
Good evening.
Good evening. How are you, Mr. Omari the Rebel?
How you doing?
I'm well. So all of those who don't know me, I am Big Pink Pegasus, and I'm late as shit.
She's on CP time because it's Black History Month.
It's Black History Month. That's right. Colored people time matter too.
So we was talking to Mark from Swing Culture. Mark was talking a little bit about
Mark.
Hey Pegasus, I love your hair.
Love? Thank you. Boof. We were talking.
So we was just actually talking to Mark about a little bit about what you would expect coming into the lifestyle. He told us a little bit about his Facebook show, and we wanted to give you a little bit of time, since this is our inaugural episode, to introduce yourself, who you are, and probably if you can give us a summary of how we got together.
Lord, we do not have all the time in the world. We need all the time in the world to talk about that. Well, anyway, like I said, I am Big Pink Pegasus. And I am the matriarch admin of Missouri Kabbalah. Omari and I, we met
on Instagram.
On Instagram. Actually, this group was initially founded by myself and my cousin, Phoenix. She brought him on and decided that she wanted to explore other ventures, and we kept at it.
I actually met because I wanted to. Phoenix has a fat black ass, and I was just like, damn. I was just scrolling through Instagram, like, damn. him.
It is, and that shit sits up. It's like helium is in it. I don't know.
Pegasus, what's she at though, Pegasus? I'm just saying for research purposes.
What is the?
I think she might be in. She should be in the swing culture group.
Oh, wait. I didn't miss. I missed the question. What
Where's
was it?
Phoenix?
Yo, listen. Once I heard big fat ass, my antennas right the fuck up.
Phoenix is actually on IG. Y'all can follow her too. She's the urban sexologist.
Yeah, do believe she has a Facebook group dedicated to people
does.
taking real sexy lingerie pictures. So you were saying about once we met.
Once we met, we just decided to, expand Nzuri Kibala. She was no longer, like I said, she went on to other ventures. And this monster done took off ever since then. What you can expect from our org is a lot of kinkiness, a lot of adultness. We're very expressive individuals. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We're very expressive individuals.
Can I go into a little bit more detail as far as what happened? Yo, listen. So I met Pegasus through Phoenix. Like how we had a real popular forum on IG Live.
Right.
So we're here now where Tribe Chatter was formerly. That's how we do a lot of our business. So she was on Instagram. Instagram is all pictures. I double tap. You can see that heart. You know what I mean? And then when I got to know Phoenix, something happened when we was like, all right, you know what? I'm going to be over here. So it's like you work in a restaurant and then the owner walks out and it's like, yo, but there's stuff on the stove. So you're looking at like,
right.
Let me, fuck it. Yo, don't let the shit burn. So that's how it happened, man. I said, yo, look, we need to make sure that the people here, they can't just go, oh, what the fuck happened to
What happened to him, right?
Yeah, so they deserve for us to give them a party. So when I caught on, like how we distinguish, I call up myself the Rebel Administration with Omari the Rebel and Soroya the Rebel. So the first inaugural party was on my birthday. So we threw a party in Jersey City. I met two young ladies in Jersey City who were doing a podcast. So the first time that I came on, the first party we had, we started off with a podcast to, that's like the icebreaker. People can have something to
talk about.
Because it's boring when you're just sitting there and everybody not fucking yet.
Right, absolutely. And not to mention, this is for people who don't necessarily know what it's about, because people come in with a preconceived notion about what it is already. So they, it's so taboo. So we opened up the podcast so we can have dialogue about it. You know what I mean? We're not a bunch of hoes and gigolos and shit like that. We regular people leading regular lives, and this is just our form of outlet. I, for one, am a firm believer that sexual release is so much responsible for your creative, your creativity, and I clearly, you see, I am expressive in my creativeness. You know what I mean? So without a good nut, I couldn't do this. I would not have the ability to walk out with blue, green, and gray hair.
Did you get a nut last night?
I didn't get a nut last night. I'm stocking up.
Somebody owes her a nut. She's a nut behind and shit.
I'm stocking up. I play little games with myself. I don't always need to have a release. I don't.
You don't?
No, I don't. I like the tension build up.
The tension build up? Yeah, I was actually doing some shit like that with my wife, man. For real. It was just like making her just.
Yeah, it's called Taoism. And a form of it anyway. And we'll get into that on another.
I was DJing, Mark. For real. You should have seen me and shit. Yo, I look like Funkmaster Flex and shit.
It's unreal. It's unreal, and I'm not dealing with this today.
What you mean? Like, yo, Tupac was like, yo, sex is a rap song. So I was like the clip was like, yo, but
yeah, he's still making records.
So, in the dynamic here, when you get to know Pegasus and I, a lot of people, is one thing I got to straighten out. A lot of people, they think that Pegasus and I, they see us together. We're not, and we haven't ever been romantically connected.
Please.
But I do love Pegasus, and we are like a team. It's like our relationship is more like, It's like Luke and Han Solo.
No, it's not. This shit is like oil and water in a bottle. You still gonna put it on the sandwich and it's still gonna taste good, but this shit don't always mix. That's a much more accurate. Yeah. You wouldn't say so? If we gonna be 100% honest, you not gonna say so?
Nah, because it's like so much that we need to do together.
Yeah, it is. Like I said, like
a powerful dynamic, like how it's like Mike Lowry and Marcus Burnett. It's two distinctively different characters and shit. Like I'm like, yo, you see, Marcus has it all together. Like I got it together, and it's clear. Like he's a family man and such like this. Like Pegasus is clearly Mike Lowry because she's the light skinned one and she just can't settle down.
Listen, I don't settle down because I don't want to. I'm a fairy. You know, I'm a free spirit.
You're a free spirit.
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
Free spirit, baby.
Mark, tell her about this black love shit. This shit is lit, man.
Tell me about it. I know about black love, but
book?
is this something specific?
No, the experience, man. Because we have wives, man. Tell them, yo, this marriage shit is dope.
Oh yeah, it
for
is.
some people.
It is. Listen, I tell people all the time, I married my best friend. So
awesome.
It ain't nothing that I can't say in front of the homies when the wife ain't around that I can't say in front of my wife, and vice versa. If I'm walking down the block, she might be the first one to say, "Yo, damn, she got a fat ass. We should go bag that."
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like the fact that we're able to communicate, because we spoke about communication just a little bit earlier before you got here. The fact that we're able to communicate what's on our mind, it's less stress and less tension in the relationship. So that's my wife is my homie. You dig? Like
I think
that's my homie, like straight up and down.
Any successful relationship, whether it be intimate, whether it be business, the key is going to always be communication. And one person understanding the other is, you know, well, one goes hand in hand, you know, but I think that is the major key all the time.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily have to agree, but I think it is very, very important for you to be able to understand where the other person is coming from. You know, understand the derivative of why they're functioning the way they are. You know, I'm an emotional motherfucker, and you kind of like, I hold no punches about that, and I don't apologize for it. So, you know, it just is what it is. And you know, you need to understand that about me. That's a major factor.
Yes.
What's your sign? What
would you think?
I don't know. Virgo?
I'm surprised you don't know that because she says this a lot.
No, what is it?
I'm a Taurus.
Oh, shit. I'm a Taurus, too. May or April? May. No wonder you're so emotional.
Listen, I'm emotional because I'm strong as shit. If you don't bend, you'll break.
Pegasus.
That's right. That's right.
Yo, Pegasus, tell us a little bit about the photo shoot.
What can I say? Again, true to form, I was late as shit, but that comes from wanting to be darker when I was growing up. So I just stay on CP time. Anyway, the photo shoot was lit. Even though we were late, we got there and busted out. You know what I mean? Shout out to Ebony, Yanni, and Gigi. They showed up and showed out.
Her Gigi. It's Gigi?
Yes, it's Gigi, goddamn it. It's phonetic.
It's G-I-G-I.
You know what? I'm not going to deal with you right now.
Yeah, but yo, we had a shoot, and like I said, man, we got some production going on where we had it in the background. We had to do some editing and shit like this.
Yeah.
Yo, but one of the things that I remember is, yo, as beautiful as she is, yo, Ebony was like so super high.
She was serious. Yeah, she was, but I was super high too, so I didn't realize till after I was sober that she was super high and serious. So yeah, exactly. Right there. That's what it was.
Though.
Whatevs. A high is a high is a high is a high.
I agree. I know
that's right.
Mark, you ain't gonna be ain't you talking about having a venue out here in NYC soon?
This is a
Yeah, man. But the thing is, the reason why I'm not really pushing that particular venue too tough is because one, it's an NYC. You know how that's going down out there. And two, I'm doing this particular venue old school style. So we were talking about earlier the email marketing campaign.
Yeah.
So I put the information out in the group, put the information on the gram. Folks hit me with the email, gives me opportunity to have my people in the back do the checks and make sure everybody work, make sure they on the up and up. And then once they clear whatever checks they got to clear, we're gonna start launching the email campaign later on this evening, and they'll get certain perks, as far as percentages off, gift certificates,
Sounds
information, things of that nature. So, and I like to keep the capacity around 35, 30 people.
Mm-hmm.
I have another venue that's coming up around 420, which is our annual Incredibles event, where we fly in a chef
Incredibles.
from what is it?
I like the way you did that play on words. I like that.
Oh, thank you.
I just heard superheroes and masks and shit.
No, Incredibles, edibles.
Oh yeah, right.
420.
Edibles.
Right.
Yeah, but it's a dinner, it's an infused dinner party. So we fly in a chef from Cali. This is our 6th year doing it, but we canceled last year, so it's the 5th year. So it's Incredibles 5.
Long as hell.
So this
just think about your finger because she wants you to finger.
I'm sorry. Sorry. I do that.
She asked you about your DJing skills and shit.
This year,
right.
So this year's the theme is an geisha theme, so it's gonna be infused, Oriental foods, and every year we do a different theme.
Mm-hmm.
The year before, I believe it was Moroccan and so on and so forth. And there's non-infused foods for those who don't indulge in 420 products. But yes, it's a nice sit-down dinner entertainment. The last one we had Jessica Halter from the Panani Poets. We had live.
Yeah,
I went to her show before. My mom's performing her
yes,
show.
She's a very good friend of mine.
Right.
Very good friend of mine. She came out and did some things. We had some erotic massages. We had a sister there.
Are
was
all massages
mental.
erotic though?
Yes.
Nah, because
this particular one though, Pegasus, this sister, she will mentally get you off.
Just so I let you. I'm sorry. Phoenix also does those as well. She does erotic massages as well. She's the urban sexologist, but she does those as well. Not, I have not partaken, but I watch, and they are, yeah.
So it's called Incredibles, and usually we bring in the doms and the femdoms, the dominatrix, and we keep it sexy. So that's April 16th through the 18th. And again, I keep my locations, discreet.
That's right.
Email, old school style.
Yeah. Watch out for next year. The year after that, we're gonna have another one of the theme. We're gonna have edibles and shit. The theme's gonna be Section 8 and shit. We're gonna have hell yeah. Nigga, we gonna
penny
have
candy.
Yeah, we're gonna have edible cornflakes and shit.
Exactly.
We're gonna have the edible block of cheese and shit like that you gotta peel and shit. You gonna have the ironing board on the bread and shit.
Exactly. The bologna with the red, the whole red thing on it.
I ain't fucking with that one. I don't fuck with that pork.
No, you gonna eat it. I don't fuck with it either. I'm not. You better not fuck with that cheese. You want your liver, don't you?
It's the government grilled cheese.
Exactly.
That shit ain't cheese.
No, it's not. It's Agent Orange, the original.
Yeah, that's that shit from Area 51. They dropped
exactly.
off.
It do remind me of, because Mark, we yardies. You know about Easter bun. When we get
the Easter bun, but that's the real cheese though, bro. You tell the difference though.
Yeah.
That shit is
stretchy,
gold.
and it breaks.
Hell yeah.
Speaking of Area 51, Hoboken right over the water is Area 52. Fun fact. No bullshit.
Hell yeah. And when I took a fucking
Go
picture,
figure.
and from the picture from the shoot, people was asking me if I was an astronaut and shit too.
It's that silver fucking coat. You gotta go and look at it.
Yo, I have to ask, what was you wearing, bro?
I just told you.
Yes, for real. Definitely astronaut, NASA, all of that. So the next
This why people be thinking that.
we're journeying into Uranus real quickly.
No, we ain't journeying and nobody ain't. It's over here.
Listen,
oh yeah, we had this conversation before. Pat. It's not happening.
Listen, I'm gonna just say this to you: the holes I do use, most can't even deal with. So you ain't got no business.
Mark,
I'm a legend, a living legend.
What's the name, Mark? Thank you for joining us, man. Yo, when's the next time you having your next thing before we're about to get ready to get up out of here? Tell them where we can find you.
Yeah, man, you can find us on YouTube, Swing Culture TV on YouTube, Swing Culture TV on that's a Facebook page, and on Instagram is Swing Culture Podcast. You can follow my wife as well, Queen Nadine.
Yes.
Or you can go to swingculturepodcast.com and there's a host of shit going on there. You know what I'm saying? Just go to the website and fiddle around, drop your email information in there, and you know, we're just working from there.
Fiddle around.
Yeah. Before I forget, listen, you guys, thank everybody for the support that we get. So look, we're opening up our PayPal. If you guys want to contribute and donate to the show, we can appreciate that.
Really
no matter how small you give, it helps us give the ability to entertain and inform you guys. So you guys can click on our PayPal, and whatever you decide to give, we'll appreciate. It goes a long way to making sure the Tribe Chat is able to exist.
Exactly, and get bigger.
Before we get up out of here, like I said, you guys need to click on the Eventbrite. I know that's right there on Instagram. You need to click on that. We have our event March 27th. We'll be here every week. And also, make sure you're following us on Patreon and OnlyFans for all of our exclusive content.
Listen, you want to get on that OnlyFans and that Patreon. Trust and believe you me. It's about to be some real litty shit.
Oh, words. Y'all got the exclusive on there, huh?
Yeah, and if you see the video that I
sign up.
advertised, it's not some camera phone shit. It got cuts and edit and all of that.
But you want that Pegasus?
You got to see.
It's
You
only
got to click on the link. You got to click on the link.
I'm gonna click on the link, all right, baby. I got you, baby.
You got me, baby.
I got you, baby.
Pegasus,
I got you, baby.
We want to give a shout out to What the Fuck Studios. Shout out to Weezy and Mandy and Horrible Decisions for having us here. And you guys, make sure that you click on our link tree and that you are welcoming us into your phones and your devices every week.
In
My
your
name
little sacred spaces.
is Omari the Rebel.
And I am Big Pink Pegasus.
And I'm Mark King. Thanks for having me, guys.